Hi, welcome to Talking Books and Stuff, the program that talks all about books and writing and stuff. Here's your host, Dennis Rimmer.
Welcome back. This is Talking Books and Writing and Stuff, and today we've had a fun time. We're at Aden Bowman Collegiate in Saskatoon. It's an interesting class. It's the Collective Voice class. They do newspaper columns, media productions, a radio show, and I'll do a little wrap-up afterwards to get into all of that. But the leader of the gang is Matt Love here at Aden Bowman. Matt, how did this program begin? Maybe you can walk us through the genesis of it.
Yeah, sure, but I'm not going to be able to take credit for that because I didn't actually start this program. So the program was started by a woman named Shelley Leffler. She'd been doing outdoor education for grade 8s, and she was toward the end of her teaching career. One of the things that she did on the side is she worked in radio. So she was involved with the Jazz Society and kind of thought,
I know really the name from CFCR.
That's right. So she kind of thought maybe I could make this a class for students, and she was encouraged to try that out at the high school level. She had always taught elementary school. So she came to high school and she taught this program for the last 2 years of her teaching career, which happened to be the very start of my teaching career. So when she retired, I had done some other experiences in this type of learning environment where different courses are integrated together into what we call a unique program. So I was in the right place at the right time. She taught it for 2 years. This is my 8th year teaching. And so after I took over the program, they continued to grow, and we expanded to 2 classes, and after we expanded to 2 classes, we used to just do radio. Then I had to find another project. The whole idea is getting teen voices out there. So that's when the Star Phoenix columns kicked in. And we've been doing that. This will be the 6th year of Star Phoenix columns.
And 6th year of the Star Phoenix columns. They come out once a week. Is it Fridays or is there a set day?
Yeah, it's Mondays actually.
Mondays.
So Mondays in section A in the opinion section, and also online on the starphoenix.com. We get a lot of traffic online as people most often go there to get their news.
So you've been doing this for 8 years. How have you seen the students change, the way you approach the class? How has that changed? Are things going in directions you didn't quite think possible?
Yeah, like every year is different because the people who come in the room are different. So, and I also try and mix it up and have different experiences and things like that. But I think to really answer your question is I think teenagers are always changing. Like the culture of being a teen now is different than it was when I started. I'm seeing a lot more teenagers now coming into the class who maybe have more awareness and interest and engagement in the world and what's happening around them in our own city, province, or country. I think teenagers are more interested in learning about issues now. I think sometimes that can be heavy for young people. They know about things like the climate crisis. They know about issues going on in the world. They're maybe not deep experts, but they have some knowledge at a young age now that I wasn't seeing when I first started doing this.
And your classroom itself is not the traditional classroom. I see couches, chairs. There's a couple of tables over there. And was this deliberate, or is this again evolved over the years?
Yeah, it changes over the years. I think, kind of there's our bell.
There's the bell.
I would say the design is that we try and build community while we learn. And that's hard to do if you're staring at the back of somebody's head all day long. So we try and be able to see each other. Much of our classroom is premised around cooperation and collaboration, as opposed to maybe competition. So we're going to get announcements here. This is part of being in a school, I guess.
Claire Feltham, Sarah Stenner, Kia Taylor, Nathan Toon, Arafi Keel, Connell Wagner.
Do you want me to see if a few students will stick around?
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Hey, is there anybody willing to stick around to talk to Dennis, like even for a little bit of lunch? One, more than one, come on, two, excellent. One more?
One more.
Three, can we get a three? Can we get a three? Let me nominate someone. Edwin? Shreya? There is GSA at lunch,
Yep.
but I may need
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
books.
going. I'm going to get downtown
Hi.
too.
Hi. Hi. Yep, I'll sign it later if you want. I have to open up another package. Anybody wants a book, come and get it.
Yeah, there's books.
Open it up. There's bookmarks. There's cards about the podcast.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
It wasn't anything urgent. It's just our license came in today. We're getting the tickets printed. It's go time next week.
So, yeah.
So do you want to finish this up and then
Yep.
get some of these guys
So
in
there's not
line?
going to be any interruption.
You know,
There might be and there might not be.
there might be.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Can I get the students who want to share to stick around? And can I get... I also host the GSA in here at lunch hour on Friday, which is Gender Sexuality Alliance. And some of those students are going to be coming by. So we should finish up quick, and then I can just wait outside while you talk to these kids.
Okay, great.
And so that we don't get interrupted after that.
Yep. Okay. So I'll just fake it here. And so we're talking about the different makeup of the classroom itself. No desks that I can see. It's totally different. It's holistic. How did this come about?
Yeah, so definitely the design here, Dennis, is that we want to build community while we learn. We want to be able to see each other. So we also kind of prefer this relaxed learning environment that isn't, regimented in having a teacher always at the front, but that, when we sit in a circle, students take turns. I guess in some ways take turns being the teacher, learning from each other, learning from what we have to say, what we bring to the table. And I think we're kind of working from the belief that if we're staring at the back of someone's head, it's hard to get to know them and it's hard to work together. So our classroom is fairly fluid. We change the way things are set up frequently, but it's all premised on this idea that we're equals in here, that we're here to work together, to cooperate and to collaborate, as opposed to compete with one another. We want to work together to make the best work that we can.
We're talking with Matt Love at Aden Bowman Collegiate about the Collective Voices program. I'm going to venture a guess that you don't have too much trouble holding attendance, like they keep coming.
Yeah, they keep coming. Things come. There's any problems with attendance because students go on a trip with their family or things like that happen in schools all the time. But what I experienced here, I love my job. I have awesome students to work with, and they really like being here. And that is something that I think any teacher would want to have, students who just really want to be here and who are finding value in connecting with each other and growing and learning together. And so sometimes we talk about having a family type atmosphere, and it doesn't start out that way, let's be honest. Like in September, we're not there yet, but by the end of the year we've developed bonds by learning and growing together. And so in general, no, attendance isn't something that I have to battle, which is a real joy for me.
And any success stories over the 8 years? Everybody, I guess, would be a success, but some gone on to things that maybe they didn't even think they would be able to do?
Yeah, I mean, definitely there's been some students that have gone on to very successful things and studying things like journalism or film or stuff like that. Lots of students do very well as they go throughout high school, but I would say the success really for me is I get to know these students in grade 9, and then I get to continue knowing them throughout high school. So the classroom it's a busy one. Students are often in here at lunch hour to come in and catch up with each other, to catch up with me, and I think the real success is in those lasting relationships. I've kept in touch with students in the last 8 to 10 years, which certainly is both rewarding for me and just exciting to see them go on to be good citizens and good people who are making the world a better place.
Thank you very much. That's Matt Love from Aden Bowman High School. We're talking about the Collective Voices program. And now we're going to go over to a few people who are going to stick around and tell us about their special experiences in this class.
Would it be okay if...
And we're back, carrying on with Talking Voices, Collective Voices, talking books and writing and stuff, all about the Collective Voices class from Aden Bowman Collegiate. It's a year-round affair, apparently, from September to the end of school. We have a couple people here who are going to tell us about it. First of all, your name is?
I'm Vanessa.
And Vanessa, how you've been in this since September?
Yeah, I've been in it since September. I haven't really thought of leaving it, and I don't think I ever will.
Now, when you first came in, what did you think was going to happen, and how has that changed?
I was really nervous at first because I thought maybe I would be one of the outsiders because I thought we were all there's little cliques in our class, but then I kind of discovered that we're all a really diverse group of people and that there really isn't a clique, then we're just this huge family because we all just feel so close to each other.
And what are your interests? Are you interested in writing or interested in law or environmental studies as your life progresses?
I'm really interested in writing. I like writing columns more than I like doing our radio shows. And I think I just like using more of my words and not my voice because I feel like words could impact more.
How do you think you've changed since the class began in September?
I've opened up a lot more. Personally, I've opened up to a lot of the students more about the struggles I have and my fears when coming into this class and all the things I was afraid of, but they've all been really accepting and they've all just been really great people towards me.
Probably they all felt the same way too, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. And you are?
My name is Shuya.
And again, this is your first go round through here. What were you feeling the first couple of days when you came to this class?
So when I walked into this class, I kind of felt a bit of nerves because I didn't really know anybody. But then we, as the year progressed, there's a really close connection with all of us, and we feel we could just talk openly and there's no judgment around us, and so I really like that. And I feel this is my family. I can talk about whatever I want and I won't get judged.
And you've written columns that have been in the paper, have you?
Yes, I've written one column. It's about failure and how I learned from that, and it's not bad to fail. It's just a learning experience, and you should never take it the wrong way. And
Yeah, I know, because I read that. That was just a couple weeks ago. So you guys get into some fairly personal topics, don't you?
Yes, we do.
How is that kind of hard to plumb those depths of those emotions and then put it out there in front of everybody?
Sometimes, because you never know if somebody might say anything bad about it, and so you just have to have confidence that this is my experience and I want to share it to everybody, so if somebody has the same experience as me, then they would feel they have somebody and they're not alone.
Right. And you are?
Hi, I'm Haley.
And where are you from before you came here?
I went to Brownell in the Lawson Heights area, and then I came here to Collective Voice, to Aden Bowman, because I wanted to be on the basketball team, and I got accepted into Collective Voice.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't really the Collective Voice that got you here, it was basketball.
Yeah.
How are you liking the class so far?
Oh, I love the class. I really like the learning. I think it's great. I feel it's really benefiting me as a young person, and it's just given me so many opportunities to succeed.
Now we know that there's the Collective Voices newspaper column in the local paper here, the Saskatoon Star-Phoenix. There's a radio show. What can you tell me about that?
Oh, the radio show. What do you want to know?
Well, when is it? Where can we find it?
Oh, okay. So the radio show is Monday at 6:30 p.m. to 7 at CFCR radio station. It's 90.5. We have one every week. There's 2 classes, afternoon and morning. Yeah.
So have you worked on that too?
Yes, I actually did a radio show not too long ago.
Were you the producer or the technical guy? What were you?
Yeah, I was a producer. It was about Indigenous teachings in the school system and how maybe it's not being properly shown to us.
Great. So we have
Haley,
Shulia, and Vanessa.
Haley, Julia, and Vanessa, all from the Aden Bowman Collective Voices class here at Aden Bowman in Saskatoon. It's been wonderful. Thanks, everybody. And be sure to tune in to Talking Books and Writing and Stuff.
Thank you for visiting with us today. This is Talking Books and Stuff with Dennis Rimmer. Contact him at dennis@talkingbooks.tk. Thank you, and may all the good news be yours. Oh, and don't forget to check out his book, The Great Canadian Notebook, available across Canada and at amazon.ca.